Imagine you're standing in the driveway, trying to decide whether to spend your hard-earned cash on a toy that looks like a miniature race car, or to keep the money for something that actually lasts. You want something that your teen can enjoy without you having to babysit every few minutes. A machine that isn't just a flashy headline, but a reliable way to get a few miles of outdoor fun each weekend. The biggest hesitation most parents feel is that electric go-karts can be a nightmare to set up, easy to break, or just a pricey novelty that sits in the garage after a couple of rides. That's why I spent a few afternoons actually assembling the Segway Ninebot Gokart Pro 2, watching a 15-year-old put it through its modes, and then thinking through the ongoing costs and safety concerns before I hit record. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the sheer idea of a go-kart that can hit 26.7 miles per hour feels more like a racetrack experience than a backyard toy. But speed alone doesn't tell the whole story. The Gokart Pro 2 ships fully assembled, which is a huge plus. No need to wrestle with 1,000 bolts, or spend an afternoon with a manual that reads like a physics textbook. After a quick check of the battery connection and a test of the onboard display, you can hand the keys over to your teen and let them choose from 4 riding modes: Kid, Beginner, Drift, and Pro. Those modes adjust throttle response and braking, so the same vehicle can serve a cautious beginner and a speed-hungry teen who wants to drift around a driveway or a smooth parking lot. Now, let's talk about the real-world day-to-day. Most families will use the go-kart on a mix of concrete driveways, suburban streets, and maybe a local park trail. The 14-inch wheels, paired with the sealed electric motor, handle typical driveway cracks and occasional potholes without a shudder. The steering feels precise. Turn the handle a bit, and the kart leans into the turn, mimicking the feel of a real go-kart rather than a plastic scooter. That precision becomes especially noticeable when you switch to the drift mode. The kart slides just enough to make a controlled drift feel exciting, but not so much that you lose control and end up with a scraped paint job. For a teen who's already dreaming of kart racing, this level of feedback can make a regular Saturday feel like a mini championship. One of the biggest concerns for parents is safety. The Gokart Pro 2 is safety certified, which means it meets standard electrical and mechanical guidelines, but the real safety comes from its design. The brake lever is a solid, spring-loaded system that engages instantly, and the low center-of-gravity chassis helps prevent tipping during sharp turns. The seatbelt is a simple 3-point harness, not a full roll cage, so you still need to enforce helmet use and a proper riding area. In my informal test, the kart stopped within 2 seconds after the brake lever was pulled, even when traveling at the top speed. That quick response is what makes me feel a little more comfortable letting a 16-year-old take it out for an hour after school. Battery life is another practical point that often gets glossed over in marketing videos. The Gokart Pro 2 boasts a long-lasting adventure claim, but what that translates to on the ground is roughly 30–40 minutes of continuous riding at moderate speed before the battery indicator drops to 20%. If you're planning a full-day outing, you'll want to bring the charger and expect to dock for a quick 20-minute top-up between runs. That's a realistic trade-off for a vehicle that can reach nearly 27 miles per hour. You simply can't get that kind of torque without draining the cells sooner than a low-speed electric scooter. Who should buy this? If you have a teen aged 14 or older who already loves motorsports, video games that include kart racing, or just wants a high-energy outdoor activity that isn't a bike, this could be a perfect match. It's also a great fit for families who have a safe, private space like a long driveway, or a low-traffic cul-de-sac where the kart can be used without worrying about traffic lights or pedestrians. The ability to switch from a beginner mode to a pro mode means the same kart grows with your child's skill level, extending its usefulness beyond the just-for-fun phase. On the flip side, skip it if you're looking for a low-maintenance toy that sits idle for months without any need for charging, or if your living situation doesn't include a sizable flat surface. The go-kart isn't built for rough trails or uneven terrain. The small wheels and electric motor will struggle on gravel or grass, and the battery will drain even faster. Also, if your budget is tight, remember you're not just paying for the unit itself, you'll need additional safety gear, a helmet, pads, a charging outlet, and possibly a spare battery if you want longer sessions. Those ancillary costs can push the total investment well above the base price. Practical strengths are clear: the quick assembly design, the multi-mode throttle control, and the precise steering system.